Hello sir and my friends, in this time we will discuss about the accuracy of understanding about when and where VAT is due. But first, I will introduce our group member. The first one is Adi Kurniawan, and then we have Anginova Isya, and last but not least, it's me, Clara Molina Sibarani. So now we have 8 subtopics. The first one is when taxes are due under the VAT law. The second one is when taxes are payable for movable goods. The third is when taxes are payable for the delivery of tangible BKP. The fourth is when taxes is payable on submission of GKP. And the fifth is when taxes are payable on the transfer of assets which, according to their original purpose, are not for sale, and the remaining stock of BKP at the time of the company dissolution. The sixth is when taxes are payable for other legal events or action, and then we have when taxes is payable on delivery of goods or receipt of money, whichever comes first, and the last is centralization of VAT. Okay, now we will move to our first subtopics, and it's about when taxes are due under the VAT law. Okay, so according to the regulation of the Director General of Tax number 14 /PG / 2010, Article 1, Paragraph 2A, the first is the deadline of deposit of VAT or VAT and LGST payable in a tax period must be paid at least the long end of the month, the next after the expiration of the tax period and before the VAT tax return is submitted. The second one is in the even the date of maturity of the deposits coincide with the holidays, including Saturday, Sunday, or National Day, then the payment can be made on the next working day. So, and according to the regulation, the Director General of Taxes number 14 /PG / 2010, Article 1, Paragraph 2C, deadline for reporting the VAT tax return must be submitted no later than the end of the month next after the expiration of the tax period. So in the case of the end of the month is a holiday including Saturday, Sunday, or National Day, then the VAT return period can be delivered on the next working day. The next we will discuss about when taxes are payable for movable goods. So types of goods that can be moved are goods that can be moved. So while immovable property is a type of goods that cannot be moved to another place. So included in the definition of the delivery of taxable goods or BKP is first, submission of the rights over the goods subject to the tax because of a treaty. Second, the transfer of taxable goods by an agreement of hire purchase and or lease agreement. The third is the delivery of taxable goods to middlemen or through the auctioneer. Fourth is use on and or the provision of free of charge over the goods subject to the tax. Fifth, of taxable goods in the form of supplies and or asset which, according to the purpose of the original, is not for sales, which is still remaining at the time of the dissolution of the company. The sixth is we have the delivery of taxable goods from the center to the branch or vice versa. 7. The delivery of taxable goods in the consignment, and the last is the delivery of taxable goods by a taxable person in other financing agreement that is based on the principle of Sharia, the delivery of which is considered to be directly from the taxable to the party. In the need of taxable goods. In the third discussion, we discussed about when taxes are payable for the delivery of tangible BKP. So, based on the regulation of the Government of the Republic of Indonesia number 1 of 2012 on the implementation of Law number 8 in the 1983 on value-added tax on goods and services and sales tax on luxury goods as amended several times. So, last by Act number 42 of 2009 on the third amendment of Law number 8 in 1983 on value-added tax on goods and services and sales tax on luxury goods. Payable VAT occurs at the time of submission of the BKP. So first, submission BKP tangible according to the law and nature in the form of moving goods occurs when the first BKP tangible submitted directly to the buyer or any third party for and on behalf of the buyer, and the second is BKP tangible submitted directly to the recipient of goods to the provision of free of charge self and delivery from the center to the branch of vice versa and or delivery between branches. The third is BKP tangible submitted to the send or entrepreneurs transfer services or carrier. Next is the price on delivery of BKP is recognized as the receivable or income, or when the issuance of the sales invoice by PKP in accordance with the generally accepted accounting principles and is implemented consistently. So that's all from me, and the next discussion will be handled by Anggi Novaisya Asmir. So Anggi, time is yours.
Okay, I will explain about when tax is payable on submission of JKP. JKP or Jasa Kena Pajak is every service activities based on the engagement or a legal act that cause a goods or facilities or give is or the right available to use, including service performed to produce goods because the order and the material and the instructions of the customers. So submission JKP, there are three submissions. The first is price of the delivery JKP is recognized as a receivable or income, or when the issuance of the sales invoice by BKP in accordance with accounting principles generally accepted and consistently applied. Also, agreement or contract entered into in terms of the time referred to in the previous point is not known. Also, start the availability of facilities or easy to use in a real way. So the next is when tax are payable on the transfer of assets which, according to their original purpose, are not for sale and the remaining stock of BKP at the time of the company's dissolution. BKP in the form of supplies and assets which according to its original purpose not for sale are still remaining at the time of the occurrence of the dissolution of the company. And the first, the expiration of the period of the establishment of a company established in the Articles of Association. And the second, signing of the deed of dissolution by a notary. And the third, the date of the determination of the court that states the company is already dissolved. And be aware of the company is real, doesn't conduct a business or already dissolved based on the result of examination or based on the data or documents. So it is about when tax are payable for other legal events or actions. Self-building activities. The first is object self-building activities is about top activities to build their own value-added tax payable, and rates self-building activities. The value-added tax payable is calculated by multiplying the rate of 10% of the tax basis. And the third is when and where self-building activities payable, when the tax value-added activities built your own starting at the time of the construction of the building until the building is complete. And the last is input tax in self-building activities. Input tax paid in connection with the activities built your own cannot be credited. So for the next material will be explained by my friends Ardi Kurniawan.
All right, so we're gonna talk about tax payable on delivery of goods or receipt of money or service. So VAT on service delivery of goods or service charge to each of activity that go in line transfer of goods. Freight is process of moving goods from one place to another and no activity in the service of delivery of goods, with transaction of buying and selling goods. And the second is there is a need goods in a place and fulfill the need of a stock of goods of the other part. In the service delivery of the goods, there are several methods. The first one is transfer using human power, and the second one is make the transfer using technology or the transportation. Rate of value-added tax on the service delivery of goods. Based on KMK number 75 PMK 30 2010 Article C, letter G, confirmed that the delivery of package delivery service is 10% of the amount billed. Input tax relating to the delivery of service of delivery of goods cannot be credited because the failure of another has taken into account the input tax on the acquisition GKP or GKP in order to attempt delivery the package. So the next topic is centralization of VAT. Centralization of VAT is step selecting one of the place of value-added tax by a taxable person, which have more than one place of VAT payable. The term of centralization of VAT. The first one is the tile name, address, and taxpayer identification number. And the second one is contact name, address, and tax identification number, the place of VAT payable. And last is attach a statement informing that the administration has centrally in place of the VAT payable selected. Regulation, the centralization of VAT. So regulation related to centralization of VAT is the first one is determination of the return in the tax office at the time of the change on nomenclature. The second one is centralization of VAT, not all the activities. And next, WP registered in the KPP Pratama and already do centralization VAT. And next is addition and subtraction plus the VAT payable. And next, WP move to KPP Pratama. And the last one is the extension of the period of centralization. So here is regulation for centralization of VAT. I guess this is the last of our topics. So thank you for all who have attention for this. We are from group 6. Thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.